We are going to begin our closing remarks. It is my great pleasure to introduce Denise George because Denise has been one of my OER mentors here at GSU and has encouraged a lot of the work that I've done. So thank you, Denise. Denise George
Welcome.
is she's the outreach librarian for the College of Education and Human Development at Georgia State University, and she's been an advocate for open and affordable initiatives throughout her career. If you Google her, you're basically going to find a whole bunch of OER all over the place. Her work includes providing training related to Creative Commons, copyright, open pedagogy, and affordable alternatives for content in your courses. And she currently serves as the Affordable Learning Georgia Library Champion. Take it away, Denise.
Thank you, Charlene. Good afternoon, everyone. I hope you've enjoyed today's symposium. I'd like to start our closing by offering a huge thank you to all of our speakers and attendees for your participation and engagement. Also, I'd like to offer a special thanks to our student participants. It was especially great to hear your voices. I've learned so much from everyone today, and I've enjoyed hearing your perspectives and hearing about the work that everyone is doing in support of all things open and affordable. Here at GSU, we have a large team of library folks working in OER, and many of us spent a lot of time making sure today's symposium was a success. So a huge thank you to the whole GSU library team for your work. And special thanks goes to Charlene Martoni for being the lead organizer and for doing a tremendous amount of work to make today happen. Also, special thanks to Jason Puckett for his contributions leading up to the symposium and for being our technology lead. So as we've heard today, it takes a team to make this OER movement happen. And in the spirit of that, I'm inviting all of you to offer some reflections about some insights that you found to be valuable today or inspiring. And we have a few in the chat, or actually we have quite a few in the chat already. So if you want to add to the chat, that would be fantastic. We would all benefit from hearing from you, and you can also speak to that if you'd like. I thought I would start out with a few things that stood out to me. And overall, I very much enjoyed hearing the student perspective juxtaposed with so many stories of how professors and librarians are working to solve the challenges that students are having with being able to afford the course content and with being able to get that content at the very beginning of their classes in the semester. So it's just so important to be able to access that content. When I was an undergrad student, I struggled with the cost of course materials myself, and so that's a big part of what motivates me to do this kind of work. And as all of your presentations and conversations have shown today, it's important work. It's also truly amazing how far we've come with the open movement, and it's also clear that we still have a lot of work to do, and that's even more true, I think, with all of the developing technologies that we now have to navigate. I also found that it was important to note that even after all of our growth with the open movement over like the past 20-ish years, the research that we're talking about today, a lot of it still shows that many professors struggle to find OERs and that many professors and students alike are not aware of OER altogether. So it's important for us to keep having these conversations and to keep offering conferences and symposiums like we're doing today. So I'm so happy that we could do this. And yeah, we have some more things in the chat that we could add to our talks if we would like. there's quite a bit in the chat. Let me go back through some of this. It's not a test, so if you want to speak up, don't feel like it's a test. um, uh, Jason says he's surprised at the breadth of content that we ended up with and the perspectives of students, faculties, and librarians. Charlene loves how many disciplines were represented. And Toyanne said, I have learned a lot more than what I expected. I work with student support and will advocate more effectively, knowing more about OER. We have students who can't afford books or get them late, which reflects in their grades and moods. Thank you for this symposium. Marianne says, I really enjoyed the wide range of subjects and hearing from the students. And thanks all the presenters and organizers. You did a wonderful job. Terry, no, Sabine says, great breadth and perspectives on all things OER. Jason says, it's so easy to just think of OER as free textbooks, and today has been an eye-opener about the range of work that's being done. So yes, lots of wonderful comments today. I'll pause just a moment in case we have any other voices that would like to be heard.
I'll go ahead and say that I think my favorite takeaway from today is that the concept, the existence of an OER really can, it can be bite-sized or it can be massive. And you don't have to start with a massive OER. You can start with a small OER, and then before you know it, you'll combine all your small OERs into a big OER. So, and I also really enjoyed the suggestions from Professor Fletcher's students about how to get information about the course designators out to the students. I thought that was a really good suggestion, and I think we're going to have to reach out to them and get them to talk to us a little bit.
Marianne says she was surprised that the students liked the convenience of OER, that you didn't have to log in and you could use them anywhere. That was a new one to me. I like the convenience too. And no access codes on the OER. Ditch the access codes. Marianne says, I knew they hated paying for them, but I didn't realize they were annoying to use.
That's actually, I'm going to add to that. It's a really good point of you can create the best, most accurate content, but if the platform that you're using is not user-friendly for the students and for the professors, then it's not going to be effective. So that's really something to keep in mind, especially with us at GSU. We're working on making a micro-credentialing course for OER, and it's going to be an asynchronous one. And so we got to make sure that that is user-friendly.
Yeah, I thought it was very interesting too, not just on the user-friendly side of the OER, but how people talked about it's really important not just that you're using OER, but how you use the OER in your classroom. So I guess that's a part of it in terms of both the pedagogy and the technological aspects of it. Some folks were talking about how it's important that it be accessed on all kinds of devices from a computer to the phone to like an iPad or whatnot. Donna says, I also like that finding and using OERs is a student-centered practice, and students can take them with them out and away from their course environment. Absolutely. Yeah. Right. Well, I'm going to once again put this put the link for our survey into the chat so that we can get some feedback from you through that and make our next symposium next year even better than this year. And we do thank you all for your participation and engagement today. It's been a wonderful symposium.
Thanks, everybody.
I will
Anyone
just,
has anything?
yeah, I'll just finish up. I know it's been a long day and I want to let everybody go. I just want to add a couple of things. First of all, I echo all of Denise's thanks, especially to Charlene for putting all this together. And I won't repeat everything that Denise just said. I will remind everybody about the feedback link that Denise has just pasted into chat. Excuse me. I will also mention that recordings for all of today's sessions, plus some additional lightning talks, will start to go up next week as fast as I can edit and post them, which is not at superhuman speed, but I'm going to do my best. So thank you all very much. Charlene, if you want to add anything, otherwise I'm done. Thank you.
Just a big thanks. Okay. Bye.
Have a great weekend,
Bye.
everybody.
Thanks, everyone.